Now let's continue drilling down into the code, and what we're going to do is move down through paginate into the code that is actually rendering the display that we're going to look at. And here render1 is this intermediate function that can do some munging of data, and we're finally looking at the code that is going to render one item in a certain number of columns. And at this point, let's switch back and take a look at the Facebook app. Because what we're doing here is we are now talking about the code that is going to render this particular section. It's one item here, and it's rendering the title, the location, and the phone number. That is all that is being rendered right now. There's going to be more as we move on, but right now it's as simple as possible. We're not talking about building in the pagination code yet. That's in the next section. Now we're just talking about building this. So let's take a look at how this code is done. And I'm going to fold up some of the code here, in fact a lot of the code here, because what I want to do is to show you basically how this function is built. This function is built using plain old HTML code. Most of it is HTML code. There is a little bit of FBML code, but most of it, look here, this is HTML, table row, table data, and we use the here doc structure, which lets you set a string to code that you type in. It begins with this beginning and it ends with this identifier placed in column 1 of a row all by itself. And between that, the code is just typed in as you would type it in to any HTML editor. And one of the things that happens, if you recall, when you are in here.code, and we have here.code in this place, is we have plain old HTML code, like this image element, but a PHP variable here is interpreted by PHP, and the value of that variable is inserted into the code that's emitted. So that's a very, very important reason for using HereDoc. Now there are some spacing issues, because if you are copying and pasting, this line that terminates the HereDoc code must begin in column 1. So you do have some issues there. And let me describe how it is that I set up this code, because it is sort of gnarly and complicated. Start from what you are trying to achieve. And it can be designed on paper. You can do it in a graphical user interface editor for the web. Just type in this section of data. And don't use variables. Type in exactly the text that you want to display. And get it looking right in your HTML editor. And you can fiddle with it, and you can change font sizes and change the columns and change table rows, do whatever you want. Get one item looking good. Then move along and try a few other items. Try items that have longer names, shorter names. Just look at them and get it so that one of them looks good. Now take that code and paste it into your version of render1 columns. And there'll be a big chunk of it, but paste it in, and then go through and select the hard-coded text and replace it with the appropriate parameter that is being passed in. For example, here we might have the pic name. This will replace the text that you've used for your mock-up. And gradually, it can be a tedious process, but gradually what you will do is you will take the mock-up that you did with dummy text in it and replace it with variables. And remember, you are looking at only one here. We are rendering one item. And you may be using columns, you may not. But that's the easiest way. Look at it, do the HTML, hard code the text, and then substitute it with variable names. and of course then try to run it and make certain that everything is working properly for whatever you have done. And then you can move on to pagination.